And a Fox 21 Savings Alert coming off the celebration of America's independence. Wouldn't it be nice to achieve financial independence?
Well, lucky for us, Bree Shalito, Director of Financial Wellbeing at Ent Credit Union, is here with us to show us how. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming in. So, okay, we're now a full 6 months in now to 2025. Checking the budgets. What should we be looking at?
It's a perfect time for a reassessment of how the first 6 months have gone and how the next 6 months can go. So, perfect time for a mid-year checkup, looking at some of your habits, some of the things that you've been doing with the first part of the year. We're really just looking at it from a no shame or guilt perspective, just checking in. Did the first 6 months work for you? Were your goals met? Are you on track to meet goals that you had for the year or not? Perfect time to reassess, reprioritize, and just take a look at what you want the next 6 months to be.
Because maybe your priorities change too.
Yes,
right?
highly likely.
Yes,
Yeah.
because things can change.
Of course.
Now it's also a good time for a summer declutter. So what are some tips that maybe we should check out when it comes to revisiting our subscriptions, maybe our habits?
Yeah, financially and digitally, it's great to look at a reclutter. So a declutter, not a reclutter. So to declutter our subscriptions, what have we been using for 6 months? Are we going to keep using those, especially when it comes to those subscriptions? We subscribe to a lot of different things because we're watching these different shows, but are those shows still happening? Are we watching maybe reruns of the same thing again and again? Do we want to take a look and maybe only have 1 or 2 of those versus all 6 or 7 that you have? So really taking a look at that, especially as we look into the next 6 months, what's coming up that you're going to need to spend some money on? School will be here before we know it, so back to school shopping has already begun. We're going to need some money for that. But believe it or not, holidays will even be here before we know it. So taking a look into 6 months, setting aside some money for those things that we know are maybe going to bust our budget later is a huge deal now. And if we can cut out a few things, like a few of those subscriptions, we can start putting some of that money aside for those things to not be stressed.
It's a never-ending cycle.
It's true, yeah.
Right.
Time continues on.
So what goals now should we set? And it's different year to year, right?
Yeah.
We shouldn't get stuck in the same rut.
Right, absolutely. So in January, sometimes we set those really big goals for the year. Well, we're 6 months in. How did those go? Right now is a great time for some mini goals. Think about those small things that maybe if you didn't accomplish your big goals, what we can kind of do to get back on track. Even if that's saving $100, saving $50. Setting aside some money for those goals is huge, but we also want to take a look at just maybe those different other financial goals, maybe paying off 1 credit card, setting those things to get us through the rest of the year and feel accomplished to kind of continue that work is great.
Okay, and when we're looking for progress, right? Not perfection.
Exactly.
And what's the best way to celebrate our successes? Because sometimes we want to celebrate and
monetarily.
I was going to say my money goes to, oh, let's celebrate with money, but then that kind of defeats the purpose. And how big does our progress have to be to count?
So it's different for everyone. Money is always going to be different for everyone. But really the great ways to celebrate sometimes is truly by having something physical. Whether you have like maybe a chain that you're breaking off pieces as you get closer to your goal, actually putting aside those jars, maybe a jet set fund or something if you're planning for a trip. Having something physical that you can see, even if that's kind of a digital thing, that's fine too. You can open separate savings accounts and name them for something fun, especially considering those holidays and other things coming up. If somebody has like a big birthday or something, setting aside either a jar or a savings account and naming it for that can be really exciting, but making sure to celebrate and have maybe a little mini goal or something that you're excited for, maybe a meal out. Those are really fun where you don't really spend a whole lot, but spend a little on your journey.
See, it's always nice having Bree here because she shows us how to live well.
I try.
It makes you make it attainable.
Yes,
which is nice.
Well, because you said it, Abby. You know, it's really progress, not perfection. If we're aiming for perfection, we're likely not gonna get quite as close as we want. But making that progress is huge.
Okay, so is there a place we can go to learn more information?
Always. We've got some amazing webinars for you to check out. We have one completely on financial independence this month. So take a look at ent.com/events. But as always, those free financial coaches, those folks are certified to talk to members, non-members. You do not have to have an account with us to utilize those coaches, and they can really talk about tons of topics with you.
Okay.
Sounds good, Bree. Thank you as always.
Thank you.
Always great advice. Time right now is 8:29. We'll be back with more news and weather right after this.